What is up, guys? We're here to check out another modded Monday, and for today, we're checking out a mod that's been a favorite of mine for a long time and recently has gotten some really cool updates. And I've always wanted to cover this in the past, but I kind of covered it in my series, so I felt like we didn't need to do a full video on it. But now that things have changed, I'd really like to do a full video, and I love this mod, so we're going to be checking out resource crops. So everything pretty much starts over here in the seed bench, and this is where you're going to be doing pretty much all of your crafting. And you have what's called these magic essences. So once you add this to the server, there's going to be seeds when you collect from bushes, okay? So right there you see magic essence, magic seeds, okay? So then you can use a regular crop plot of any size and start planting this magic essence. And then eventually you want to get to the point where you can start making these magic crop plots. And there's 6 tiers of them. There is the Sweizen, the Dreisen, the Fiersen, and the Fumsen. And, you know, it basically goes 2, 3, 4, 5 in German. And these here are your basic crop plots. And the higher you go up, the more they produce and the faster they produce it. Then there's the tech plot, which is this one here. And then there's the tech 2.0 plot, okay? So we'll cover those here in a second. So once you've gotten the 1 seed up, you want to work through the next tier. So again, you've got the regular magic seed. Then you got the Sweizen, Dreisen, Fiersen, and then Fumsen. So you want to keep working up on those seeds. And as again, they produce the equivalent of the magical essence, which is what you need to build everything. Alright, so once you go up, it's kind of like a tiered system. So you got tier 1 seeds. So there's the magic seed, which you can just craft on your own too, if you don't get them out in the wild. And then there's, you know, the next types of seeds. And so each tier has its own seed and then the different kinds. And as you'll see, once you get to tier 3, they start to require other seeds. So to make sand, you're going to need 3 of the flint seeds. To make the rare mushrooms, you don't need to worry about that. But here, thatch for wood, flint for stone. So you're going to have to go through the whole thing and kind of build it up. And this takes a while. And, you know, once you get to the final seeds here, you might need multiples. So 3 pearl seeds, 6 metal seeds. So you see how that kind of goes there. And plus you need the ingredient itself. So you're not going to be making something like angler gel if you can't kill anglers. So, you know, it kind of tiers with your gameplay style. Otherwise, there's 2 other crafting benches. There's the magical platforms, which let you make different varying size platforms. These aren't placed on redwoods. They can be placed anywhere, so you can build your own platform wherever you like, which is a nice little added thing there. And then there's the potion table. And, you know, you've got your standard health potion. Then there's a double effect, a negative effect, which just does nothing but it's used in crafting. Sleep potion, instant death potion, rainbow potions, 1 through 5, I think? Yeah. And the rainbow potions let you recolor areas in dinosaurs using the 1 through 5 colorable areas, if that dinosaur supports it. Quality buff, max health potion, instant level potion, XP potion, carry potion, and taming potion. So let's go back to the quality buff. Basically, anything that is in your hotbar, you run one of these, it has a chance of rolling a dice and upgrading them to something better. So you can get all the way up to an artifact system, basically that way. It also does your armor, which is neat. Max health potion does what it says, fully heals you. You can also use these with dinosaurs, which is great. Instant level potion works on yourself and dinosaurs. You need 9 artifacts. It's much more expensive than it used to be if you watch some of my old videos. And this instantly puts you to the max level that the server allows, or puts your dinosaur to the max server level as well. XP potion is exactly what it says, gives you 500 XP. The carry potion makes flyers lift heavier dinosaurs and increases their max carry weight. And then you've got the taming potion, which instantly tames any dinosaur. But it does require kibble to make, and the highest essence, so, you know. Now, these potions seem to all work fine with most other mods, which is cool as well. So, to earn all that stuff, though, as you can see, they do require a lot of stuff you kind of have to work at. But once you get to the end game, it's pretty easy to do stuff. So if you want to do a single-player series, if you're recording on YouTube. This is such a helpful mod because you don't have to spend 4 or 5 hours prepping for an episode. You just know you'll have what you need. But for play-wise, I would say this is only really recommended for PvE. There is a light version for PvP that exists out there that you can check out. I will link it in the description below as well, but that's not the one I'm working. And that one's geared more towards making a little more sense with a PvP situation. I still pretty much do say, though, this is really for a PvE experience. This also adds in some machines and items as well into the game. So you've got the magic water tank, which is really easy and helpful to use when you first start out with these regular crop plots that still need fertilizer and water. This guy pretty much just sits there, and you can attach pipes to it, and it's just going to keep watering your plots, which is really nice. Also, when you're starting off, you need some spoiled meat. There's a spoiling bin, which is always something very, very useful. And then you've got the forges. They go, of course, through 2 through 5. This is the 5th one. And they're just better versions of the forge that's in-game already. Then you've got the uncompressor, and this guy here lets you break down the essences. So, like, let's say you crafted everything into 3rd essence, but now you need some 2 essence. Well, you can put it back in here and decraft it. The Mega Crafter here will craft everything up in essence for you, and then it also allows you to pool all your resources from one area at a time. So that's actually really, really neat right there. Next, you've got Robo-Beetle. Robo-Beetle is really, really awesome. This guy actually has a little bit of a hitbox problem. You have to be standing right inside of it to work. But basically, once you get poop in here, it collects the poop, and it collects essence for you, and it makes magic fertilizer. Magic fertilizer makes your crops grow a lot faster, so it's definitely worth working your way up to the Robo-Beetle. And before you can work your way up to there, there's also the magic compost bin, where you can, it will collect the, you can throw poop in here and then upcraft into the magic fertilizer as well. So that's actually a really cool thing. So let's go ahead and take a look at the plots themselves. So we've already taken a look, and you can see they all have custom, they look like the citronals, but they're colored with their proper essence. Now, berries, for some reason, I don't know, some of these plots aren't crafting stuff like they're supposed to. I'm not sure why they're not. That's very weird. But anyways, they don't actually, for some reason, the berries will show berry plants in all 4 of those plots, but do not in the tech plot. I'm not sure what's going on there. Also, the Sava root does that as well. Right here you can see it doesn't seem to have a model, which is strange because it has a model with the rest of them. But, yeah, so starting out there, we've got all the seeds, citronal, you've got, you know, long grass, and of course the magic seeds benefit by growing faster. Then you've got meat, which is just going to be standard, it grows standard meat for you. And then you've got spoiled meat, rare mushrooms, which are used in making a lot of these seeds. So rare mushrooms and rare flowers, these 2 here should be crafted pretty early on if you can. You've got thatch, you've got fiber, wood is a nice little tree, a little burnt tree for charcoal, which I like. You've got some rolled up hide, we've got fur, then you've got silk, which was recently added with the scorched earth items in the last update. They used to be too huge, now it's just floating, so that's, you know, some kinks still need to be worked out there. You got flint and stone and chitin and keratin, it makes both in here. Oil, and I just love the icons from this. Crystal, obsidian, raw metal, cementing paste, pearls, black pearls, angler gel. You've got spark powder, gasoline, gunpowder, metal ingots, and you've got electronics, polymer, narcotics, stimulant. In here, you've got the plant species X. So this has a really beautiful plant species X that usually grows out of it. Again, doesn't work in the tech plot for some reason. Works in the other 4. Kibble, which grows every single kibble in the game, which this is amazing and probably way too OP, but it's my favorite thing. Then you've got skins. This should have, I believe, all updated skins in here. Yeah, you've got like the Halloween stuff and all that. So that's really cool. Unlimited supply of paint, which is great. And then you've got the Rhino Horns, which has a little rhino. You've got Argent Claws, which also does prime meat. Bronto Spines, which does prime. Then you've got T-Rex, which does prime. And then you've got Megalodon, which actually does prime fish, which is really cool. And then there is the Ultimate Seed, which we'll talk about how you get it in a second. But once you have this Ultimate Seed, it grows all of the artifacts with you, which then makes making the potions very easy. But getting the Ultimate Seed itself isn't very easy at all. And then lastly here, we've got the last few added Scorched Earth. We've got Sand, which I think still needs a little bit of work on the model size. We've got Salt and Sulfur and Wyvern. And so you got a little Wyvern here, and these produce Wyvern seeds, and they produce Wyvern milk, which you saw was being pulled out into here, which is also why all those other plots are empty. I'm being completely stupid. They're empty because it's being pulled into this thing here. So as you can see, it produces each type of Wyvern seed as well. Wyvern claw, sorry. Saying seed so much, I'm getting hung up on my words here. And Wyvern milk. So that one is actually really, really cool. Now, what I'd like to touch on is the newest and probably the coolest and most OP is the TechPlot 2.0. Well, hey, can you add my support for my favorite mod? Can you do this? Can you do that? If it's a disaster, right? People want mods to work together, but it isn't always a very easy thing to do. Well, the TechPlot 2.0 was the answer to that question. Most mod items are supported by it. As you can see, I'm running Extinction Core right now just for the purpose of example here. And I've put in Prime Blood, and it is now making me Prime Blood. I've put in sedatives, it's now making me an unlimited supply of sedatives. The only thing these don't work with is the magical items themselves. So if you want to, and it's more so the potions, I should say, but you can't put TechPlot 2.0s in here and grow 2.0 tech plots. You're going to have to work and craft them. And they're pretty expensive, which you'll see here in a second. But everything pretty much resource-wise is going to work, and most items will work. You can't put in ammo for some reason. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but no ammo works. You know, I tried growing poison arrows and things like that, and it's just not a thing. It doesn't work in there. But you can definitely grow all the ingredients to making it with pretty much all this stuff over here anyways. And this is pretty much just to help with other mods, and it's really cool. And pretty much anything that doesn't have a tech plot. Let's say you want to grow beer. Put a beer thing in here. You're going to grow beer. Let's say you want to grow Enduro Stew. Put one in here. It's going to grow Enduro Stew for you. Mind Wipe Tonics. You know, pretty much any kind of other missing item you want to do in vanilla. Put them in here. And that's the answer. So that's actually really cool. There is this last little plot right here, and it's actually just a crop stand. So if you like the way one of these crops look and you want to decorate your place with it, you can just pop a seed in here and you decorate your house with it. It also works, you know, with vanilla seeds and this and that. It's kind of just like a little planter box. So that's actually a cool little fun addition. So I said I was going to show the cost. So if we go into structures and we go into farming, you can see this requires 1,000 of the max essence, 150 black pearls, 1 water boss, 1 earth boss, 1 air boss, 1 artifact, and 1 tech plot. And then tech plots require the 5th plot and all this other stuff here. And, you know, to make the 5th plot, you need the 4th plot. 4th plot, you need the 3rd plot. So it's kind of a tiered system still here. And these bosses, which we'll cover here in a second, we'll go back here, and these can be crafted in here. They require a Patron, which is this guy here, which is blood packs, raw meat, and magic essence. And you need 1,000 of essence, obsidian, metal crystal, argentavis talons for this guy, and black pearls for this guy. So who's Patron, and who are the bosses? So these are what we are going to go ahead and check out here. So Patron is probably one of the most useful critters you're going to find. You can just spawn him straight like that. He's got incredible stats, pretty good amount of health, pretty much won't die, you don't need to feed him. Carries a crazy amount of weight and doesn't require a saddle, so you can just ride him around however and place him wherever you like. And his main purpose is you set this guy to wandering, And he craps a ton and fills up Robo Beetle here for you. And he does go on wander, so if you want to lock him in your greenhouse and let him roam free, you can. I always constrain him to a corner, because he's kind of loud and he's really, really annoying. And I'm going to disable that there. But yeah, the other cool thing is if you're having a problem moving around these resources, because, like, you know, I highly recommend a stack mod with this, by the way. But, you know, if you want to carry, let's say, a couple thousand metal, you're not going to have a whole lot of weight. You can shove it in this guy with his, like, ridiculous weight, and then tell him to follow you and bring it from your greenhouse to your base. So that's a cute, cool little tip right there that you can kind of work with. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and spawn the bosses here. So this is the Earth boss. It is a giant titan. They are tameable. You knock them out by whatever means you can, and basically once you've killed them, once you've killed them with whatever means you can, you get the ability to spawn in one that belongs to you now. So that's actually really cool. Then we've got the air boss, which is this really cool Quetzal. Same thing, defeat him, and you own him. And lastly, hello? Oh, we're trying to spawn the water boss on land. That would be our problem. And we'll dump in here, and you've got this really cool looking Moza. So these guys are a super cool little addition to the game. And that pretty much covers it for this mod. And that's a lot to take in, actually. So like I said, this is one of my favorite mods. I hope you guys enjoyed my preview of this. And click that like button to show your support. And we will see you guys next time.